unthinkable has happened in small-town Idaho. There was a school shooting this morning at Rigby Middle School in southeast Idaho. The heartbreak and trauma we see happen in other states at other schools has now happened close to home. 2 students and a staff member were shot by a 6th grade girl. Miraculously, they were not seriously hurt. And tonight we're learning a heroic teacher helped prevent more people from being shot. Students rushed to evacuate Rigby Middle School after a 6th grade girl opens fire in a hallway at 9:08 this morning. The girl had the handgun in her backpack and fired multiple shots inside and outside the school.
Today we had the worst nightmare a school district could encounter. We had a school shooting here at Rigby Middle School.
2 students and a staff member were shot. Authorities don't know if they were specifically targeted by the shooter.
This incident did start in the hallway, and it moved towards an exit to the east side of the building to the outside where a victim was shot outside.
A teacher heroically stopped the shooter from doing more harm.
During the shooting, a teacher disarmed the student and detained her until law enforcement took her into custody. She did take the handgun from the student and held her until law enforcement apprehended her.
Authorities don't know why the 6th grader did what she did or where she got the gun. They say there were no signs she would pose any danger. Staff and students are being praised for responding exactly how they should have.
Our children in this community have been through the same training multiple times every year. And the response from the law enforcement, but not only that, the response from the school district, the teachers and the students, it was unbelievable. It was unbelievable.
The physical wounds may not have been life-threatening, but tonight there is emotional trauma in this small Idaho town that never thought a school shooting would happen here.
Our hearts and our prayers go out to the victims and their families and all those involved. We prepare for it, but we're never truly ready for it.
The school staff member who was shot was treated and released. The 2 students are being held overnight for observation, but they are expected to be okay. They were shot in the extremities. The 6th grade girl could be charged with 3 counts of attempted murder. Earlier this afternoon, Ki-Fi News learned multiple agencies were searching the girl's home in Idaho Falls. By the way, the last school shooting in Idaho was 22 years ago when a 16-year-old boy opened fire inside the junior-senior high school in Notice. No one was hit in that shooting.
Peace. This is the enemy's public, and I am Bro.Nasir. Brothers and sisters, domestic terrorists are getting a little younger these days. A 6th grade girl took a handgun out of her backpack and began shooting in the hallway of the Idaho Middle School on Thursday. A rampage that only stopped when a teacher intervened, according to local law enforcement. 3 people, an adult and 2 students, were injured at Rigby Middle School as the girl shot 2 inside before exiting the school and shooting another person. Jefferson County Sheriff Steve Anderson said the victims were shot in their limbs and are expected to survive. Students inside the school were gripped by terror when they realized the repeated intercom announcements of a school lockdown were not a drill. We didn't think anything of it at first until we heard footsteps in the hallway, and then we heard a police siren. And that's when we started realizing it was real. 7th grader Madison Jensen told Idaho Falls Local News, "I text everyone I knew," she said. Yandel Rodriguez, 12 years old, heard 3 loud noises. Then there was screaming. Our teacher went to check it out, and he found blood. Students comforted each other as the events unfolded inside a school where 1,500 students in the 6th through 8th grade attended. We were freaking out. A few kids were crying. Some kid was sitting next to me, and I was trying to rub his back to make him feel better. Marion King, a 6th grader, told Local News 8 moments before. Marion thought the noises were the school principal's attempt to make a lockdown drill seem more realistic. Lucy Long also comforted her friends as they lined up against a wall locked down in their classroom. The sixth grader told the Post-Register newspaper in Idaho Falls that she began recording on her phone so police would know what happened if the shooter came in. "It's real," one student said on the audio, mostly filled with whispers. When police directed the students to leave the classroom, Lucy saw blood on the hallway floor. The shooting ended when a female teacher took the handgun from the shooter and held her until law enforcement apprehended her, Anderson said. Authorities are still investigating how the sixth grader from the nearby city of Idaho Falls got the gun and what motivated her to carry out an attack. Jefferson School District Superintendent Chad Martin said schools would be closed district-wide on Friday to give students time to be with their families. Counselors would be available starting Friday. "This is the worst nightmare a school district could ever face. We prepare for it," Martin said, "but you're never truly prepared." Jefferson County Prosecutor Mark Teller said decisions about criminal charges wouldn't be made until the investigation is complete, but they might include 3 counts of attempted murder. Now, I see names in this article. I see Yandel Rodriguez. I see Marin King. I see Lucy Long. I see all of these students' names in the article. Yet it's only one name that I didn't see, which make it different from when Black people are accused of crimes. We don't see the perpetrator's name nowhere on the news or in the newspaper articles. See, white people protect criminals who are white. Now, she is a 6th grader and she's probably scared. Yet she committed a terrorist act and she's a little terrorist. If this was a Black girl, her face would be plastered all over the news in every single newspaper all across America. That's the difference on how they treat Black people from white people. And now, domestic terrorists are getting even younger. 6th graders are shooting up schools now. Already, we have white people making excuses for the little girl, saying that she was bullied, saying that she was trolled. What little girl gets trolled? Are they referring to social media? If she's in the 6th grade and she's being trolled, if she's even on social media, she shouldn't be. No 6th grader should be on social media to be trolled. So how was she trolled? If parents are buying their children who's in the 6th grade devices and not putting every lock known to man to protect their child from trolls, they're doing their children a disservice. And how did that little girl get her hand on a firearm? This is the making and fault of irresponsible parents. The parents are irresponsible. They should be held liable for this little girl's action. She's only in the 6th grade, so she can't be no more than 11 or 12 years old. So the parents should be liable. And more than likely, she took the gun from a home. She didn't go out and purchase the gun herself. She took it from home. So the parents need to be held liable for this little girl's action, this little domestic terrorist who's shooting up schools in the 6th grade. Do what you do when it's one of our children. Charge her little ass as an adult. Charge them like you charge the Central Park 5. 5 innocent young brothers, you charge them as adults. And people took out ads calling for the death of the young brothers. And one brother who wasn't even on the scene, who went down to support his friend, did more time than anybody and was done so terrible while he was in prison as a teenager. So charge her little behind as an adult, because the only difference between the Central Park 5 and this little girl, this nameless little girl that they're protecting because she's white, the Central Park 5 didn't do it. This is The Enemy's Public. I am Bro.Nasir. Like, share, subscribe. Leave a comment in the comment section. Peace.